Okay, live. Hello everyone. Hello. Welcome back to Photigy Q&A. I'm Alex Koloskov, your host. Sorry for it was a few weeks that we skipped. It was unexpected things going on. I was a little bit thrown off by some trauma. Now it's good. But yeah, the lesson is you have to wear helmet when you drive bike. Anyway, yeah, I'm good. Well, yeah, it was more like psychological stuff, but yeah, it was bad enough to first in my life, stitches and stuff. But anyway, how you doing? How's everything? I see many submissions, which is great. You've seen already. Hopefully I posted video when I selected winners, so congratulations guys. I'm not going to kind of repeat it. Again, video is posted. I will send it in email as well. Today, if I'll hit one of the submissions, I'll review it, but basically we go our usual routine. We have a lot of things to do. Hi Aurora. Oh, new people here. Paul, Jairus. It's cool. Okay, great. So let me switch to our picture-in-picture and let's go. Do you hear me well? Everything's fine? Let me know and I'm ready. Yes, Joseph. Parag, thank you. Okay, so we do have this is our last broadcast. Yep, cool. Thank you, Nick. Alisa, great. Okay, and this is not Dean going to talk about. Dean, welcome to the group. And we have this from Glenn. We have a bottle of wine. We have lighting setup, and well, this is good. I mean, there is not much for me to critique here, because it's done well. We don't have a gradient, but again, in this shot, it looks okay. The only thing, Glenn, since the bottle is the top of bottle is white, it's better to be white. I understand that it should be darker than background, but still there is a room to make it brighter. Just grab Dodge tool in Photoshop and make it brighter, basically, or whatever you can select. The top and just increase exposure there. Okay, the bottom label is fine, maybe a little bit brighter as well. You remember when we shoot stuff on white background, everything looks darker. I mean, that means you need to have it brighter than usual, just because of the background. And well, this is how it plays. We need to make it brighter if things are bright. Here in the bottle itself, the glass looks great, no questions. Label and top a little bit brighter. Okay, the rest is fine. Excuse me. Next one. I'll be running fast. Sanfar. So we have multiple shots here, right? This is final. No, this is final. And lighting setup. Well, some diffusers and stuff. Spotlights and basically, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I got it. Okay. Let's talk. So, the final one. Sanfar. It's dynamic, it's nice. But on my taste, the very first thing that I see is too many droplets. It's a little bit too busy because of this. Okay? The subject looks nice. You have this sparkling, the glass looks great. Reflections. The background is dark enough. So it's all cool, but you have too much stuff going on. And there's droplets everywhere. I think it should be less. Really, it will be better if you will make it a little bit more cleaner. We can have some droplets going on here and there. But the bottle, the main subject, should be a little bit cleaner. Top, look at this. All this, you know, when we see the water just like covering it, it's not good. It's not sexy. Okay. I don't think you can clean it in Photoshop, unfortunately. Always shoot. You have this kind of shot, right? You have it here. Use it to clean it. So any surface that is covered with liquid can be cleaned a little bit because you have shot without liquid, and this is great. So grab it and just apply in some areas. It's cool to have liquid here and there, but I would clean it. Okay. The greens is good. Let me see. Yeah, this area on top, you may consider to add greens there as well. Probably, I don't know if you can do it in Photoshop. It depends how many shots you have. But it's kind of look a little bit empty. And imagine this is forest, right? I mean, this is how it is. That composition kind of suggests it. We have things on the background all over on the forest, right? There is no just darkness. It's something should be there. It can be out of focus. It can be dark, but some leaves, you know, some plants, there it will benefit. Okay. Beside this, it's very nice. I like the subject. If it would be cleaner and some stuff on the background. Okay. Thank you. Gold Bar, Wyoming. Michelle, that's where you live, right? I didn't hear about this place before. Yep. Okay, let's go to, yeah, this is our announcements. Okay. GW. We have this nice and clean bottle. Okay. Looking great. Looking even better. I guess this maybe Mid-Journey, whatever, digital background. Well, you did it interestingly underneath it. I'm not sure if you need to have the bottle there. You see this kind of reflection, kind of. It's almost like you change the way that you know, overlay. Maybe good idea to clean it. John, Photoshop is a must. That's great. So the bottom is, well, probably should be darker. First of all, darker, and remove the bottle. I mean the reflection from the bottle. Make it again just dodge and burn. Let's try. I'm wondering if we can do it in Photoshop. Let's see. I'm not good at Photoshop at all, but we can try a little bit, right? Burn tool. Okay. So imagine that why it's not duplicating? Oh, it's here. Okay. So just do somewhere like this without bottle, and this is what I would do. Okay, just a little bit darker on the corners. You know, I always love this. I always say, hey, background should be like some gradient. So somewhere like this, okay, and maybe slightly darker here. The bottle is more important. So from this to this, okay, more attention to the bottle. Easy. That's one thing. Another thing is what you can do is get rid of these reflections. I assume this is table, right? This is table, and again, you did Photoshop on this. You can easily, you know, just what you would use. Probably this is not what good retoucher will do, but I would use something like this, just simple cover it, clean it. Clean this thing, I'm sorry, guys. You got the idea. Okay? Clean it. My Photoshop, maybe I shouldn't take it, but I want to illustrate some for you. It's super easy, okay? Just a little bit of it. Don't look at the left side. And boom, that's cool. I mean, it's already better. And if talking about the way that you shoot, actually, this one is cool too. Yeah. But you always leave these things on top. Let's see your lighting setup. Yeah. John, you have tons of table in front of you and it reflects. I'm not sure what exactly area. It's all based on the angles, and you can check yourself when you shoot to see what exactly is reflecting. But basically on your shot you don't need that much table in front. If you move that bottle, well, first rotate the table. Basically you need a narrower table, okay? So behind it will be less, but the main thing in front, it will be less table. Less table, less reflection. Maybe you can get rid of those reflection at all. Who knows if it only like a corners of the table. So move it closer to the front of the table and less Photoshop work, Easy. Guys, when you shoot anything and you see some unwanted reflection, try to not just guess, but try to see where exactly it's coming from. So either with light, flashlight in your hand, or some reflector, some piece of foil or whatever. Just look at viewfinder. Better, if it's mirrorless camera or whatever, you output it on the monitor, external monitor, what camera is seeing. So you look there and you move around. You move that piece that you want to catch reflection from around the subject and see what exact area getting reflected, and then maybe you can easily cover that area, or change something. It's the main thing is calculate your reflections. That's one of the things, John, you can do, okay? Because it's nice. I mean, nice image. Okay, next from Paul. Amaretto, or whatever you call it. I remember this. Oh, it's crazy. I had very bad feeling about this liquor. It was when I was student. We were drinking it like crazy, and it was so bad because it was so sweet, and it was, not original one. In Soviet Union, they were selling some shit with sugar in such bottles. But I survived, which is good. Anyway, here, Paul. First, you may benefit if you would rotate the cap a little bit. Oh, not actually. Well, yeah. Bottle is a little bit rotated. You see, you're not completely shooting it straight. We see the side of the bottle, which is great. Why don't we see the side of the cap, since this is the shape almost like a square? Rotate it as well. We'll see one side. It will be better. It won't look flat. Okay. Well, the front is flat, but we'll see the shape. And again, the bottle is rotated, so it should be aligned with the bottle. Then, of course, background. Is it the final image? Sort of. Yeah. Background. You know what I would say. Where is my gradient? Where is my gradient on the background? Then the table, it's almost in the middle, not good. Move it to 1/3. The table should end somewhere at 1/3 of the frame, because to be almost in the middle, probably not a good idea. Then at this angle, ideal situation when we have reflection all the way down. It's not possible because of the table. Then my question, why you have this table? When you shoot bottle like this, you don't need table underneath it at all. You should slightly from top, so it always will reflect your table, which doesn't look right. I mean, it doesn't look good. Okay, you can have reflection all the way down. You can control the light on the bottom of the bottle. Get a stick, put a bottle on a stick, or a some pedestal, whatever, little thing that won't go outside the bottle. Shoot it that way. Then Photoshop table if needed. It's super easy. You know, you just create any shape, any color, add some little shadow underneath it, and boom, that's it. It will be placed. We have lessons on this. We have lessons on Pro Club. I think even in the program for sure on the courses, all courses bundle. I'm not sure what kind of product you have, but it's easier to add table, since it's just plain table, easier to add in Photoshop than to, you know, play with it and try to figure out, you know, how to make it look nice because of the reflections. Okay, easy. We need to go the most effective way on all this. Okay. Okay, John, new studio, new house, it's always good. Let's go next. Lighten the label. Oh, actually, yeah. Yeah, lighten the label. And again, label, it's super easy with dodge and burn. I mean, you need to, I mean, you can highlight it, but this, it's just, you know, few clicks in Photoshop, right? It's few clicks. Instead of dodge, you need use dodge, and then somewhere like this. Not the whole label, but, you know, somewhere like that. Okay? And then maybe burn. A little bit. Oh, not too much. But you see the idea, okay? So, why it's so... Why it's so dark? What is going on? Why exposure? This will be... Oh, okay, opposite. So, yeah. Well, the last thing that wasn't good. But highlight, not the whole label, but you know, some part of it. It's always look good. And same thing you can probably do somewhere here. Yeah. Okay, but the main thing, background and table. Spot on the background, and then probably artificial table. Okay. Yeah, I do that. So let's go next. Good catch about bottle, Joseph. Alvaro, welcome to the group. Well, show us your studio. How are you gonna shoot products? This is beautiful, but okay, Rafael. Thank you, John. So, Rafael, this is your submission. You get a prize. Really, because of this, you get a prize. I mean, on the challenge, because it's the best from all what you shoot before with all this not easy to shoot subjects. You know, these bottles are crazy a little bit. And this is like, boom. You know what? I was thinking, what if you'd made a bullet out of this tip of your liquid? So it's like this, and then it ends in few droplets, and then we see that it's like a bullet. Basically, you need to cut this little piece. Okay, it's coming out, but separated from the rest of the stream. See what I'm saying? This one more like hits and, you know, get some droplets, like it hits the glass, and then bullet is coming from, and all this. But the idea is great. I love it. That's well done. When you have budget or you have time to do it yourself, get some nice eyes. Not like this. It doesn't look like real eyes. You know, more melted ice, either acrylic or you can do it from resin, would be just amazing. And few pieces. The acrylic one, no, from resin, not acrylic. You can have different shapes because it's easy to kind of cut it and create those pieces of ice, and it will be great. You're gonna love it. You should have this. We have this lesson how to do it, right? We covered it a few times. I think it's on YouTube, how to get that fake ice out of clear resin. Okay, made it yourself if possible. It's Calypso two component resin. It looks beautiful. Yes, Nick, I agree. Yeah, well, don't look at my Photoshop. My Photoshop is not about Photoshop. It's about main idea of how it should look like. But don't look the way that I do it, because it's wrong. But I want to, visualize my words. Okay, that's the only reason I use Photoshop. Okay, so great work, and congratulations on your contest. What is going on here? No, it's not pouring. Was it like pour like this? If it is, then it's wow. It's bent, the liquid. Yeah. Nice. Lots of tries and improvement, definite improvement, especially on creative side. Yeah. Okay. Parag, I think you knew this. To the group. Welcome, and this is your result. This is your final one. This is your lighting setup. What kind of? Yeah, it looks like it's acrylic diffuser, which is good. Love this sharp cutoff line. Okay. So, very well done. Really, really good. But here I'll bring my Photoshop again, not to show you Photoshop work. I want to show you my burning thing, to tell you this. When you have composition like that, it's dark, and the subject is in the middle, it's bright. I remember how I was doing it, not in Photoshop, but with the spotlight and like a gobo, a little screen that casted shadows on a table. So the subject is highlighted with some nice reflected light, diffusers or whatever. Maybe it could be the composite image or all in one. It's up to you, but probably composite. But table will look nicer if it will be darker. So let's do like this. Wait a minute. So just making it darker here and there, okay? Again, you can do it with light, you can do it somewhere in Photoshop. And by the way, this is a little bit too overexposed, little bit, so I can make it a little bit darker. You see, we have straw, because straw is a little bit too bright. Maybe this a little bit darker, since we're adding darkness all around. So very similar thing, but you see those spots on the background will make things to look a little bit more dramatic. Okay. And with that dramatic look, by the way, we probably can make it a little bit brighter over here. This little, make it a little accent. But in general, Let's see. So from this to this, you see very little changes, but when you have such lighting, it just will bring subject a little bit more intense to us, which is good, which is always good. And yeah, a little bit more interesting story, I guess. And even background could have some unevenness. It shouldn't be the spot, but you know. So somewhere like that, okay? Before and after. I like this way more because it's all about subject. Okay, but other than this, that's perfect. I love it. The way that you got this coffee and milk, very nice, very, very nice. The angle, you know, we have this opening, everything is fine. So, thank you. Good work, really good work. Okay, let's move forward. Sunfire, survival kit. Survival kit. And that's fun. Nice. Cool idea. How does cigarettes, you know, comes to the play? Not sure, but somehow, okay, maybe. Looks like the situation is tough, right? Many cigarettes and what to do. You know what? Let me try. I think it very similar. I would tell this similar things that I just covered. I would make it a little bit more dark in some areas. And yeah, let's grab Photoshop. And I'll try to do it in Photoshop. So where is it? Oh, okay. No. What is going on? What is going on? Something. I didn't do something right. Okay. So. Might smell of cigarette. Okay. What if? Let's grab the burn tool, right? So similar thing. Darker. Some of the areas will go darker. Okay. More brightness, more focus on the subject. Especially this, it's almost like glowing. You see, it starts glowing immediately. The bottom, it's almost like, you know, it's really hot on, you know, high temperature, almost like lava or something. Right, so make it less visible. Some of the stuff is fine, some. But I love to bring this attention to the subject. Okay, so before and after. This is my style. I don't know. This, I mean, it's subjective, but I think it brings more attention to our subject, which is important. Then, if you look about, I look at the lighting and stuff. I'm not a big fan of having this middle reflection like this. Edge light is fine, especially left one. It's glowing, it's overexposed, but it's nice. I like it because of the, you know, the whole composition. It's fine to have such glow. This one, I would move it somewhere. Maybe, I mean, not to be on a center. I kind of don't like center. It's rule of thirds everywhere. So I would move this reflection maybe a little bit on the left or a little bit on the right. Sweet idea. No, don't tell me it's sweet. It's but yeah, thank you. So for some reason, you know, this symmetry, I hate symmetry when it comes to creativity. Symmetry is it should be different. It should be kind of asymmetrical symmetry. For example, this moon. Okay, moon is there, and probably this is how you see it on the sky, depending on where you live. But I don't know how to do it. How to do this? Well, I would rotate it. Really, I mean, I would. I would do somewhere like this. It could be like that, some different place on the Earth. What? Okay, so it's not vertical. It plays better. Just because we have different vertical lines already, we don't need that thing to be again vertical. And I love more how you call it, young. In Russian we say like young moon, or not sure how it's in English. So it's not half. Again, I understand that this is what it is, but what I can use, not razor, what I can use, clone stem tool, for example, just what? Why it's like that? I'm just, again, for just illustration purposes, the shape of the moon, like this. I think it will look better like this. Really. So from this to this. Nothing vertical, more, dramatic maybe. Tilted, yeah. Tilted moon. Not many things, but I hope it will give you idea about the way that I see to make it better. Because again, this is not technical, it's more about composition. Composition is very subjective. I try to be really careful about suggesting things, because it's artistic vision in many cases. And imagine that somebody will critique Van Gogh paintings. It will be disaster, right? We wouldn't have Van Gogh because it will be some, he would be fixing it, based on this. So when it comes to creativity, you really need to preserve your vision. However, there are some ways of how our brain works, how brain of viewer works. It's good for you to understand, and if you choose to do different, it's fine. But I'll give you the idea. Alrighty, thank you. Let's move forward. And this is more like as is, right? Yeah. And Sanfer, you need to invest in better diffusers. It will be way better for you to work with. I understand that, it's easier to make it from frame, but you need larger. Because of your size of your strip boxes, diffuser should be large. You understand? It's not about size of your subject. It's a matter of your strip box, the light that you use, and diffuser. If light is relatively large, diffuser should be larger. If it's smaller, then all these spills from light that comes outside is not good. It may, do some harm to your image. So, do it yourself. There are ways to do it, right? Alrighty. Dragomir. It's practice. I guess it's a certification program or something. And this is the bottle. Okay. Okay. So, similar thing, Dragomir. To shoot bottles, to shoot glossy subjects, especially cylindrical glossy subjects, you need to have diffusers. You can play with bare strip box like this. For edge light, for some situations, good, but you really need to have diffusers, it will make a big difference for you. Because, I mean, with what you have, yeah, this is nice image, but even here, you shouldn't do symmetrical lighting setup. Left and right should be different. For this particular case, you're not creating an edge. That's true, you don't need edge because it's white. If it would be on a black background, I would tell you, hey, move those lights to the edge. Here it's not needed because it's already bright there. We need to see the gradient. Because you see your reflection here, you didn't overexpose it, which somehow correct. I mean, if it would be completely white, thick lines, it's not good. But strip box, it's rare when it have uniform lighting across the whole surface of the, the frontal diffuser. Usually it's brighter and less brighter some areas. And that's what I see, right? We see the bright areas, then it's like darker, and it's not nice. This is why you need to hide your strip box behind the diffuser. On the diffuser, it will be all uniform. It will be really nice. You won't see all this stuff. Okay? You really need to have diffusers. It will be completely, well, different situation. And when you shoot bottle on white, yeah, this stuff will come up. So the ideal solution, you see, you shoot it straight. I kind of always trying to tell it, hey, don't shoot straight, move camera either up or down. In this case, it's better to go move down, okay, with your camera. It will eliminate, if you move lower, if you lower your camera enough, it will eliminate this reflection. You won't see the table, okay? And then the top will be arc instead of line. The end of the bottle will be arc because it's cylinder, which is great. This is the correct shape representation. I keep kind of telling this, right? Again and again. Arc is needed and less reflection here. In Photoshop, you can easily clean this. But this is as is, okay? Not touching Photoshop here. Angle and diffusers. Okay, and do asymmetrical setup. One strip box here, other there. So different locations for your reflections. But of course diffusers. Okay. It's asymmetrical in terms of distance, but symmetrical in terms of placement, from bottle standpoint, I would say. Okay. Next one. Okay, more Jack Daniels from Paul, or, well, it was different liquor. Paul, same thing here. Let me see. Is it final? Yeah. We never have, well, we usually try not to do if it's not required by the whole scene. Middle, the table and the background to be divided in the middle. Never good. It's not a good idea, and I would say that here it's not a good idea at all. 1/3 for the table, okay? Rule of third works same way. 1/3 for the table. Background, well, you know what I'm saying. Where is the spot? This gray and gray. So it's plain image, the issue with this, it's plain, and you know how to shoot those bottles. I mean, you already know it, right? So try to do something, more artistic. We need to have some light. Yeah, it's not here. The bottle will look great if you put a reflector behind it. You know this technique, right? You have you cut from there is a paper that is glossy on one side. You cut the shape of the bottle, you put it behind at the angle. Like, here is your bottle, here is the camera, and you put it like this, the reflector. So touch one side, and then it goes here, but it's not visible from that side. You understand, right? You have this reflector, and then you shoot it, you add light to highlight the reflector, and then reflected light will come directly to the camera. So reflector will be there about 45 degrees. In this case, the bottle will start glowing. And when the contents, especially liquor, will start glowing like this, whiskey, bourbon, it looks amazing. It looks good. This is what you need. So push yourself to do more, you know. 1 second. Let me make it a little bit colder here. To more creative shots. Paul, I know you can do it. Okay. Let me see, lighten it up. Yeah, you highlight the background all the way. That's strange. Why? You put lots of light for the background to make it even. I don't like even background. I know why I did it. Really. Put a spot on the background and use your lights to create some reflections, you know, on the bottle. Get some specular reflection from your light. What's the reason to have it all for the background? Yeah. Well, not all, but mostly. Okay. Creativity. Already. Aurora. Let's see. More of splashes is coming. You understand that, yes, it's nice and clean. Table is nice. By the way, congratulations to taking the prize on the challenge. But the shape of your liquid, no. It's, you know how to do this. Okay, I can see it. You see it as well. Now it's time to play with shapes for your liquid. Nice shape. Okay. Same here. That's good for practice. Actually, it's good. Actually, what I'm saying. Spot on the background. Little bit more vignetting. You know, the same thing is, you know, I always tell you if we gonna do this, right? Same thing, exactly the same thing. You know, make it spot on the background. Elliptical spot, you know, something like that. That's one thing, right? So from this to this, but again, it's already bright. It's fine. What you did, maybe a little bit. Everything is slightly darker. Now you need to have a shape. The shape of the splash makes huge difference, and you need to play a lot for this. Whoa, it's huge. Wow, it looks like a small, but it's huge, the vase. Yeah. So spot in the background all the time. Try to do it. You can always get rid of it, but start from the spot. You create a spot, then you put a subject in front of that spot, and then do the rest. Really, I mean, shoot like that. it will be nicer. Yeah, same here. Spot will look really nice here. But yeah, play with splashes. Here, for example, I think it was the velocity of this lemon was too much. So it just lots of turbulence. Try to drop it so it's still, you know, liquid comes more relaxed. When it's relaxed, it looks nicer. A thicker liquid. Here it's easier not to drop that high, but thicker liquid, if you mix it with the glycerin, 50-50. Yeah, I know it's a mess and it's like lots of glycerin needed, but any drop will look smoother. It will be less turbulence. You know, the surface tension will be higher on thicker liquid, and it will be, you know, everything, droplets, everything will be bigger. Usually it look better. I would say 80% of my splashes, it's not water. I mean, the clear one, it's not water. It's mixed with glycerin. You can do it and see. Okay, more coming. That's great. Glad to hear. So, thank you. Let's move. Gun one. Welcome to the group. I think it's first your post, and this is Android or smartphone shot. which is cool. Woo! I rarely see submissions from that course, you know, product photography with iPhone. And this is good, especially considering that it was iPhone. Yes, background is not completely white, but it's hard to get completely white, especially with smartphone. You can kind of clean it, I mean, make it in Photoshop. White balance is off too. I assume background should be just white or gray, so just, you know, pick the color temperature from here and make it color balanced. What else? I don't see light and stuff, so I'm not going to tell much, but yeah, light is on left side, dark on other side, and some light on the background. Nice. It's a matte subject, so keep going. Rafael Piston is this lemon. Yeah, imagine the stream of liquid goes through the lemon, and lemon is like cool idea. Okay, next one. Paul. Okay, more bottles from Paul. Okay, background is better. This time it could be higher, a little bit higher. You still don't like the spot on the background. Okay, whatever. That's fine. I mean, it's actually, because the bottle is glowing, it's nice. On many occasions, I remove label from behind. I completely clean behind so I can make some nice reflection. When I was shooting bottles that naturally had something behind, I mean on the back, label, I take it off. This way I can use the reflector that I told you to put it. Here reflector, I mean, it's something is there. Somehow you got it glowing. I don't know how you got it. Yeah. But then maybe Photoshop, maybe, or if it's not. If it's not reflector behind the bottle, you can do, you can clean all this stuff in Photoshop, really. I mean, just grab it and clean, why not? Somewhere like that, all the way. That's first. Again, this is just demonstration purpose, not the real editing. Don't look at this, close your eyes, look at the result only. So everywhere you can do this, right? Everywhere. We don't need other stuff if you already used Photoshop. The first thing. Then again, I will always add this label shouldn't look flat. Flat lighting, label like this. First you can do one side is brighter, right? Some gradient, and then darker, somewhere like this. Or you can do like that, the way that I like, when it's somewhere across. Okay, and then some burning here. It can be either way, but it's not flat. It's immediately not flat. Remember, guys, even if it's flat, let's say it's a box. Remember that lesson with box. It's flat label. It's not on cylinder. You still have to create a gradient on it, because this is how it look nice. Flat is not good. It's boring. We don't need boring. Life is boring enough. We need to bring some, you know, more contrast to this life. I have another without the label. Okay. So yeah, this way you see you highlighted label. There is a little thingy here, reflection, but your spot was too far away, and it just made label look all bright. Move it way closer. Make it like touch it, and sometimes it's cool not to shoot it straight to the label, but to show the texture. Sometimes they, you know, the manufacturer put some nice thick paper, some with embossing sometimes, or some texture, and it's cool to show it. So if you want to highlight label with the spotlight, you put your light somewhere on the side, so it hits it with a sharp angle, it will be like that kind of oval, and it will have texture, which is big plus in this case. If it's not glossy label, you need texture. Okay. Hi Tom. I already talked about the image. Hi, welcome to Q&A. It's better to be late than not to be at all. I tell it for myself. Okay. And one more here. You played a lot. You see background is nice here, Paul. Or you just can move it a little bit further away from the end of the table. So a little bit towards us. A little bit. It shouldn't be on either edge. I would move it a little bit closer. And yeah, definitely spot on the background. It will be completely different picture. Make a spot. I need to have this action, you know, like, hey, make me a spot. No. Actually, let's burn it first. So, spot on the background. Okay. I'm bad at this, really bad, guys. Oh, no. So, spot, crop. Then this could be actually brighter. Okay. Let's have brighter one side. So a little bit more here and there. Even, you know, even spots like this, not even spot, it will look nicer. What do you think? 1 second, let me bring it to see the bottom. So from this to this, more contrast, more interesting shot. This is just flat. Again, you can do it with your light. More lights, you know, more spotlights, yes. Or you can do it in Photoshop. You see how easy it's, even when, you know, the person like me, when who knows Photoshop, like, I don't know, 5-year-old kid. But still. Okay. You did good, especially for first attempt. But there is a way to improve it. Same here. Bright bottle on gray background. It get lost. So same thing apply here, and it immediately will look nicer. And you have it with the spot. Where is this image? This looks right to me. Maybe too close in the background, maybe too close to the subject, but this is cool. Where is it? I don't see it. Okay. Alrighty. Now Parag. Serious man. Really good work. Yes, Paul, see? This is what you need to do to your bottles. Reflector behind. It make it glow naturally. Okay? You see this? It's bam, it's amazing, it's super cool. The glass looks amazingly good. It's like wow, really. Parag, the only thing here, you know what it is? No? Guys, what would you, I mean, is there any distraction here? Is there anything that, for me, this lemon, it looked dry. I mean, lemon is good, but it's not juicy. I think it started getting dried out. Yes, exactly. Why it's dry? You know, you shoot, and then, okay, everything looks good, but lemon is dry. You know, get fresh lemon with, you know, like just cut, so it's almost like we see this liquid coming out of it, you know, the juice. Put it there until it's perfect. This one is kind of, okay, you can always replace in Photoshop, of course, but yeah. Because it's very nice shot. I love it. You may try of course this is great, but I'm just thinking, what if your lemon wouldn't be completely on the side, but more like on the angle, either angle to the camera? Maybe it will look a little bit nicer. I'm not sure. You can try. So we will see the side of the lemon, you know, the skin of lime, actually, right? That's lime. Think about it. It's a matter of preference. I don't know how it will look like, but it could be a little bit better. But the lighting is great. Even lemon is not flat. I've seen many shots similar to this when lemon was like really bright and flat. You have darker area. Left is darker, more right side of lime brighter, which is great. You just need to be juicy and nice. Frozen, yeah. Well, it's better to cut fresh one. Once everything is fine, you work on the light and stop. You got your shot. Then put the lemon and few more clicks and done. Everything is done. Yeah. But very nice, Parag. You're doing great. Thank you. Okay, so Lad Walik asked about this light. Eventually, probably, well, maybe I kind of don't look for this, but now they start making strobe lights with LED modeling light. Eventually, I remember it was like, I don't know, several years ago. It's still, they've been making it with tungsten light, which is crazy. You know, it's hot. It's like, well, so that's cool. The light, it's fine. I mean, looking at this specification, 400 watt second, nice strobe, no questions. Yeah, it's not fast light because of flash duration, probably not good for splashes, since this one, the 2200 of a second, it's probably on the minimum brightness, which won't be useful. So the working flash duration would be around 1000 of a second, which a little bit too long for splashes, but the rest is fine. I don't know why they said flash synchronization speed for Canon and for Nikon. How it could be? It's camera dependent. What they mean by this, I have no idea how they put it. And for Sony it will be different synchronization speed. And I mean, different Canon has different synchronizations. It's X-Sync. Anyway, by the way, it may be misleading when they put flash duration like this. Be careful, guys. If they don't put what kind of method it was measured on, because it's T.5 or T.1, and there is a big difference between T.5 and T.1, and both used by camera manufacturers. So it can be even less useful if it's T.5, because it should be T.1, you know, 2200. Then this is where you can freeze action. But yeah, other than this, looks good. I mean, the light. Alisa is making big improvements. Alisa, it's getting better and better. I love. Well, actually, you didn't submit much of still life work before, right? But yeah, this is nice. Metal looks amazingly good. You did it all good. We have highlights, we have shadows, we have uneven lighting, which is super cool. I like it. Yeah. For this, I mean, it's a little bit dark. This neck, how I call the bust, the forgot. Anyway, the place where you put this, it may be a little bit, maybe more if you want, but again, it's completely okay like this. We see that there is sort of like a mannequin, and yeah, very good. It's cool too, of course, it's cleaning. Make sure to clean your jewelry. Well, not talking about Photoshop, it's obvious. You probably didn't do any Photoshop, or but clean it with professional cleaner, you know, ultrasonic and stuff. In case there is some, you know, fingerprints or whatever, it will remove it. And this one, I would crop it so I would hide this corner, this right bottom corner, It's too out of focus, so I would probably just crop it and it will be good. Okay, but the leather, then everything, it's nice. This is super cool too. It's a little bit overexposed, you see, a little bit. It's white. Be careful when this yellow gold, you overexpose it to complete brightness, to complete white. It may be a little bit too much. I would if you can pull some color information from these areas, would be better, because it's slightly overexposed. It may be okay, here I don't think that it's need to be that bright, but it could be if it would be some different elements that could, overexposed, maybe some, glossy, whatever, propping stuff. Then it may be fine. Here it's very kind of soft environment, hand. You did a great job on making it look perfect. Skin, the retouching. So the metal, I think it shouldn't be that overexposed. Okay. This is cool. Yeah. Well done. Very well done. I like it. Nice setup. This is what I'm talking about. Guys, many of you who's shooting glossy stuff, even bottles, this U-shaped diffuser is a great thing to have in studio. And it's great when you can bend it, like probably Alisa have it flexible, on some sort of like a metal rod or, bar that can be bent. So you can change shape a little bit. Of course, it's cooler when it's a little bit higher. And this one is kind of the height is small, but again, for you it probably works. But if I would be doing this diffuser, I would make it a little bit larger. But yeah, this is a great one for anything. With this one, you can shoot bottle of wine. If you position camera lower, it will look amazingly well, because you can have beautiful gradients, whatever you want, in the middle, in the corners, whatever. Really think about this, guys. If you serious about product photography, make one. You just need, well, the frame. You can do it yourself or weld it. The frame and the frames that can be bent, and then put that savage plastic. By the way, especially for men's, guys, welding is super easy task. And welding machine, this, how you call it, MIG welder, the one that feeds the wire. You don't need any gas, nothing. It costs like, I don't know, for $100 you can have, at least in US, decent one. And it's super easy to weld anything with it. I'm not welder at all, but I'm fixing stuff at home. I'm fixing gazebo that kind of was broken by the wind and stuff. Just and making do-it-yourself metal light modifiers for photography. It's priceless. Try it. It's easy, really easy. Okay, Lisa, cool concept here. The video. You see, it's slightly, the frame rate is slightly lower. I don't know what is going on, but when it's rotating, it's almost like not 30 frames per second, but looks like maybe 25 or maybe even less, because we see some, white balance is going back and forth. This is one white balance, then this is one, then it's, well, it's okay. Somewhere I've seen a little bit green. This is completely off. It's green. If it's for one product, one shot, make sure that it's correct. All looks nice. The only thing that maybe you need to get really close to see, it's very little ring. It's really small ring, and it's kind of the color. It's a body color, right? It's almost like transparent. It's hard to see it. So look at this. Look how this ring look nice when there is a light, sharp light coming from either side, probably from the left side. Look at this. When we have highlight on it, it's visible. And it's nice. And it's close enough. This is close-up shot. This is cool. And it's highlighted. When there is a flat light, look at this, right? Nice. Here, there is no light from the side. Everything is flat and it's almost invisible. So add light on the side. It will look good for the model. She has nice skin, so all is fine. I mean, the texture is okay to show, and it will highlight, because this ring is clear, right? I mean, it's not clear, it's like frosted, I would say. It's not metal. So it's glowing when, you see, it starts a little bit glowing here. Here a little bit more again, because light on one side, darkens on the other side, and it starts looking nice. I would try to do, you've seen this course when I was shooting, it wasn't video, but I was shooting jewelry on a model, right? You've seen it. I was using the spotlights to get job done there. This one. So the shot, this shot, for example, it's close to as is. Of course, it was, you know, the retouching for the skin, but I have a light, very small spotlight that was highlighting the bracelet and earrings. You can probably do, you see, it was a light. It was not just Photoshop. It was really very little light like this pointing there. With photography, it's easier, I understand. But with video, you can have, okay, this is as is, right? This is out of the camera. You see, the light that hits, you may have not probably sharp light, not that bright that I had, but similar idea. Okay. If you would have light, continuous light, that will hit that size probably, hit this area on a sharp light, it will be really, really nice. It will be like, we immediately see what it is about. Because, for example, I may look at her lips, for example, because, you know, it grabbed my attention more than finger because I don't see on a finger. You know, we need to highlight the subject. Subject is very little ring here, okay? This is perfect. This is probably, oh, 1 second. Yes, you see, light and it's glowing. A little bit more. Hit it from frontal area, somewhere on the side. And yeah. Idea replace the ring with 3D model. Well, that's okay, but I talk about this. If you can do 3D model, well, it's interesting task. Show how it's done. It's a video, so it's not easy. Okay, yes, sorry guys. I was thinking to show photos of me, you know, like a proof that I was beaten, but no, it's probably too much. Lots of blood. Anyway, Paul, this is nice. This is very nice. That's serious stuff, you know. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. This is the final, right? Very nice. Okay, let's do. Since I have Photoshop, I'll try. What? 1 second. So what if we make a little bit brighter this little thingy? What if? Because on top they a little bit kind of, we need to make them a little bit brighter, not too much to kill the, you know, the sharpness on all these edges. Yeah, a little bit like this. So you see a little bit, because when you have this in the middle, when you have this darkness in the middle, it's kind of, it doesn't look right. It's better to have it on, you know, brighter in the middle, and then probably a little bit darker on the edges. But you see what I'm saying? A little bit, just a little bit. These are sparkling diamonds. They should be really, really bright. Splashes. The rest is, yeah, nice, nice. You can always play a little bit with these reflections, you know. For example, the this area looks, I mean, the top area of your big gemstone looks a little bit more interesting than the bottom. There is some sort of like a little bit too soft. So what you can do, you can try to, it's lots of work, but I mean Photoshop work, when you kind of select, you know, like almost how you do it, not lasso, but maybe just polygonal. Well, anyway, I'm bad. So like when you select one piece, sort of like that, you know, and then just make it brighter, right? How you do it? Filter, I don't know. So, and make it bright. Adjustments. Where is my adjustments? So, you know, piece by piece, I've seen that. And then the next one, and next. So you can manually do things that you naturally did here when you have, you know, brighter and darker on this area. You can clone and paste probably some of them from here, but probably better to just use again color from there. Even like paint, you can grab a color instead of making it brighter. You can grab color from bright ones and make it brighter. Then another one, make it darker. So a little bit, you know, manual work if you want to go that way. It looks good. It's, I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks good already. I'm just saying, you know, where it's possibly can be improved. Yeah, color and, well, different tools, but same idea. And yeah, I would definitely crop them like this. You have lots of room there. It's cool to shoot it. I don't know, did you do or not the focus stacking? Without focus stacking, with less magnification. Hopefully your camera has enough resolution so you can crop it, because this is the way that it should look like, okay? Maybe you need to get closer with the camera to get there, because you might lose the resolution. If you have enough resolution, then it's fine. Yeah, for your portfolio, a little bit cropper. Yeah, crop like that, if it would be on portfolio. Look at Vadim Shilin, for example. He has many things really close. It's lots of work in post-production. You need to kind of make it perfect, but yeah, why not? Okay, it was stacked. So then, yeah, you have resolution. You have enough resolution. It's 15 images, focus stack, so yeah. Here you can do, again, you can do in Photoshop, maybe you can do, add some gradients on these areas where it's flat. I'm not sure how it will look like, but we can try. So if, let's say, we'll got the same. I know only one tool and then I use it everywhere. Where is it? Yeah. So let's say, probably it's not right tool, but make it, no, not right. Brighter, you know, brighter, darker, here and there. Okay, like this somewhere. Okay, now it was good. So it's a matter of how I, and then somewhere like this. Okay, and same. Well, this is good. Like this maybe. Then here, somewhere like that. Like this. Like that. So here and there, little by little. Oh no. Not with the mouse, of course. The pen should be there. But yeah. So you see what I'm saying? A little bit where it's flat metal, make it less flat. Some highlights, and I think it will look better. Okay, let's see. Last post in the group, you mean? Oh, okay. Okay, let's jump on it, and then I come back. Yeah, I mean the crop and everything, yeah. Well, this looks... Let me see. It's the same, right? You just add spot. Definitely, spot on the background. I mean, the vignetting. That's perfect. This is what I'm talking about all the time. But yeah, the metal. Add this thing to metal. It will be even better. Yes, very good. Very good. Here, be careful. It's on the edge of being overexposed. These little gemstones. Maybe I would squeeze them a little bit more sharpness and contrast to add definition a little bit. They kind of okay, but a little bit mushy. These I would make it a little bit brighter, the blue ones. So white a little bit darker, blue a little bit brighter. This looks perfect, but again, maybe the same thing here. So a little bit brighter here, right? Because your background is here, it's quite bright. I mean, it has some bright areas. So these guys, I think it will benefit from being slightly bright. And again, not everything. You can do some sort of like a gradient, and then do darker here. Because they're a little bit too bright, a little bit. On the dark background, everything looks brighter, so this is what might happen to these guys. So from this to this, you see a little bit, not much. But I think it will, pop up a little bit more. Background requires. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, this I like even this better, I think, because that background is little. Well, it's good too, but yeah, I like when it's just a spot. Wow, nice. That's cool. Yeah, and this spot, this is perfect. Crop it a little bit. Well, no. Yeah, like that. Cool. Very good work. Thank you, Paul. Awesome. And thank you for sharing lighting stuff. It will be really useful for many of our community members. Okay, so Nairi, hello. This is, what is this? What is this? Just some real stuff for my friend. Okay, small business. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this one. Look at this one. We see the bottle, we see like everything. And some others. Like, well, this too. Okay. What I'm saying. What I'm trying to say. So, it's good. It's good. It's subjective because it's already good. But I would make background slightly darker. Or for example, on this image. It's super bright. It takes a lot of space. It's half of the frame, just empty background. So, well, same thing. You just... I don't know what I need to do it again and again. But yeah, I would grab and make it just darker. Actually, it's darker in Photoshop. It's interesting. Yeah. Because of them, because they really relatively bright too, darker background will make pop up them a little bit more, at least like this. So, oh, 1 second. So from this to this, a little bit more attention on the bottles, on these jars, whatever. And here I don't think that you need to have on the edges this. Lemon maybe is fine. This bottle, not sure. It's kind of touching this, the main bottle, one of them. It touches. I wouldn't have this oil there. This is cool. Like it, yeah. Make sure that it's vertical. It looks a little bit crooked, but not sure. You need to see. Maybe just because of the avocado. This is really nice, yeah. I would have slightly darker background, but this is my taste. You see, I like everything like really more dramatic. Nice, nice. Very nice. Actually, it's good observation. Height and bottom of the jars too close to the frame. Yeah, sometimes, and especially considering if you have too much space on top. Yeah, I actually agree. It's like there is an angle, right? You cannot lower the camera here because you will see table and the end of the table probably. So in order to move them higher, you need to change the angle completely. It's different story, but especially these, probably it will be good idea to shoot a little bit higher. Not sure. Or maybe, you know, it can be a pyramid. It can be two and then one on top of them, and it will be square shot. And then we won't have this waste space. Because you can't crop it, I mean, because it will be like panoramic, right? It's not, it's more like square. Think about, you know, making triangle. I mean, again, it's done. We just having some ideas. A light is flat, yeah. What I showed on the background, it's definitely better to have some like vignetting, or at least one side, let's say, darker. These guys sometimes this is fine. For example, it's not flat; it has different, you know, brighter and darker areas. But sometimes it's flat. Yeah, I agree. It's okay, I guess. About, you know, propping and, you know, styling it, it's maybe questionable, but look tasty. Yeah. Okay. You can't really lower the camera more. Yeah, it's unusual that you kind of shoot it from the bottom with stuff in front. I would move it towards the camera, toward the edge of the table, so I'll have more room in front. That's a matter of, you know, having them not on the bottom. And yeah, for the background, I will try to make it darker and maybe some gradient. Like, okay, one side of the background could be brighter, one darker, but it could be darker than our subjects. It will be a little bit different, you know, mood probably, but still. But it's very nice. Yeah, simple. Good job. Good job. I hope it will help your friend to start selling all this. Yeah. Yes, live session here. Okay, Aurora, you're getting more and more splashes. Nice. Here again, spot, brighter spot in the middle. And it will look even better, because when you have spot, when you have the liquid looks nice, then you can always add a light, a sharp light somewhere on the side for specular highlights on the liquid. It's still dark, but some specular highlights, it may really cool look nicer. Like here you have this light, but there is no spot on the background, and it's a little bit lost. I mean, not lost, a little bit busy because of this. Right? It's the liquid has lots of white little pieces. Right? So here I would have light on a side, a little bit less light, dim it down again, and add the spot. With the spot, it will be, try with spot, try it. That's one shot. Yeah, I understand. It's a cool shot. I mean, you're getting better and better. It's nice. But try to shoot with spot. If you have a few lights. So one light for spot, for the background. Yeah. It should look better. If it will be bright background there, it may look better. And less light on the side. These guys can be a little bit darker. Okay, you want the background? That's fine, yeah. It's good, it's good. It's you're getting, it's better and better. Now it's a matter of, throwing them the way that smooth splash. Try with glycerin. Really, get some glycerin. I don't know where to buy it, so it's least expensive. It should be something not like medical or eatable. Try to find the lowest possible grade or whatever glycerin. It should be somewhere. And mix it with water and see what is going on. Drop the same thing. Do the same thing. It may yield way better results. Okay. Thank you. Good work. Okay, so we got this, we got that, and we got last one. Whew. Yeah, kid pool like yours to play. Yeah, this is what I was doing. Item, yeah. That pool that's what I have in studio when it was at home. It helped a lot. And actually even the bigger studio, it's easy, to get rid of everything when it's inside the pool. Okay, last one. Andres, what I can tell. Nice. It's very tasty. I want to eat it. That's nice styling. Yeah, I like everything. Even unusually looking broken eggs, they look good here. I mean, this is wow. Really, I mean, because it's already used, some of them, and somehow it plays really well to the whole composition. Yeah. And colors, shadows, everything is, I mean, it's not flat, right? We have everywhere little shadows, little gradients. We have highlights. Look at how glossy stuff. It's amazingly well. Yeah. I don't have anything to say that it will improve here. Really. So, very yummy. Yummy, yummy, yeah. Good that I had breakfast. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So, my dear friends, thank you for joining me, especially after this sort of like, I don't know, unexpected vacation. Deliver. Yeah. I don't know, Andres, on that level, he should work for restaurants and stuff, because, let's see. Does he post? No, okay, so it's hard to tell. what he's doing is like commercial or not. Andres, if you will see this video, please add few words of what is going on here. Was it commercial shot? Was it just for your fun? And I mean, we want to see your story, okay? Alrighty, so guys, thank you so much. Thank you. Next Thursday, I'm here. Hopefully nothing will be broken. I hope to see more of your submissions. You see, I didn't see you for how long? For 3 weeks, right? And we got everything in 1 hour and 30 minutes. So it's not many submissions usually. I would love to, to have more submissions or to have lots of questions. Anyway, I'm really thankful for all you did. Great improvements for many of you. It's amazing to see, and this is why I'm here. Happy coming weekend. It was 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. I didn't see fireworks. We went to ocean, but it was good too. Okay. So see you next Thursday. Yes, next week. And yeah, have a good time. Bye guys.